Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope each and every one of you guys is doing well. Let me just first say thank you for all the birthday wishes. Thank you for the encouraging words. Thank you for the support that you guys have shown me and shown this channel over the years. Thanks for everybody who has supported me and just really pour into me and into this channel. Really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much. I'm making this video because, well, I had posted pictures of me being here in Paris and me being at the Olympics, and someone had mentioned something, and I had mentioned that I believe that the Lord wanted me here, and someone had mentioned something about, I'm paraphrasing, that they don't think that would have been a request from the Lord. Well, this is my story, and like I said, this is my story, and whatever God has told you about the Olympics or shown you or whatever the case is, that's fine, but this is my story. So this is not my first time here in Paris. I have been here before. I have a daughter who wanted to come to Paris, and so for her 16th birthday, I took her here so she can enjoy herself, right? I don't believe that, even that trip, I believe that was very prophetic. It's a whole long story. And so, anyways, what was interesting about that trip was the day before we left, I bought 2 subway cards, right? And it's these cards that you buy to and you put money on it so you could be able to ride the subways, right? Like, weird. Why would I buy subway cards to a country that I didn't plan on being back at for a while? Okay, so here it was, a day before I'm leaving, I bought these subway cards, and this is proof that everything happens in the spirit before it manifests. Okay, a lot of times you will do things and you will say things and you don't know why you do them. Okay, I had no intention of being back in Paris within little less than a year. Okay, I had no intention. Okay, and even while we were here, they were already getting prepared for the Olympics. A year ago, they were getting prepared for the Olympics, right? And we took pictures of the Olympic sign. We did all of that, but never once did I ever thought, I would like to go. I would like to be back here. Not once, okay? But sometimes I feel like God, sometimes I feel like he what's the word? He tricks me, okay? He'll trick me into doing things. So like I said, I bought these cards, and once I got back to America, I took the card and I put it in a Ziploc bag and I tucked it away. And I was like, the next time I come to Paris, I'm gonna be prepared and money will already be on this card and I'll be able to ride the subway, because that's how a lot of people travel, right? It's an easy way to get around the city, right? That was a prophetic act, okay? Because little did I know that I'd be back here in a little less than a year. So fast forward to April. I'm not thinking about Paris. I'm not thinking about the Olympics. I'm thinking about life, okay? Because life was lifing. Life was lifing, okay? And I'm on YouTube and I'm watching this video of this athlete that I look up to, right? And he's doing this interview and he kept saying Paris 2024. That thing is going over my head. Paris 2024 is going over my head. And I feel like God is like, she don't get it. She don't get it. and I didn't get it, trust me, until he said it again, and then it was like, and I was like, oh my gosh, Paris 2024. And I was just thinking, everything was coming back to me, like all the signs we took and how they were preparing and all this stuff, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I felt like God was like, you need to look into this, you need to look into this. And I pulled up the schedule, I pulled up, like, I'm trying to figure out how do you even go about, like, how do you do it? How do you is there a package? Do you buy the tickets separately? You gotta pick the games. I was like, I don't have time for this. Like, when I mean my life was like kind of like crazy, like I didn't have time to even think about a vacation. And not only that, like that whole process seemed daunting, okay? Because so many people online were selling tickets. You don't know who is who, you don't know what's what, you don't know who is real, who's a fraud, who's a scammer. I was like, forget it. I put that on the back burner and I was like, I can't. Fast forward, June. Here we are in June. God brought it back to me. He's like, you gotta get it together. You gotta get it together. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is something you really want me to do. Okay. And a mere fact that, like, I was able to buy my plane tickets and try to attempt to figure out how to figure out the games and the ticketing and doing the research. Looking back at it now, I'm like, I can't believe I was able to just manage life and then manage that. That was very daunting. That was a daunting task, okay? Because you got to buy the tickets separately. You got to make sure that the process is a lot of time, all right? And anyways, long story short, I believe that this was something that God wanted me to do. When I go on vacation, I don't just pick out a place and just randomly just go places. I don't, because where I go, I want God to be with me, all right? I don't want to be left alone, okay? I don't do all that. I am not well. I don't do well on my own, okay? Where I go, God needs to be, all right? So I don't just randomly just go to places unless I feel led to, all right? So anyways, after I did all that and I started preparing, I felt very peace. I felt at peace. I felt at peace, okay? And that's how I knew I was making the right decision. Anyways, you know, the Olympics for me has always been inspiring, you know, the athletes. And I know somebody even wrote on the commented that it's not about athletics anymore. It's not even about politics. It's bigger than that. We know this, okay? Clearly there was the opening ceremony. I wasn't here for the opening ceremony. I honestly have not even seen it, to be honest. I've heard the commentary on it, and I don't even think it's on the internet anymore. I've seen little clips, I've seen videos, and I've heard the commentary, you know. And you know, the reality is we are living in the last days, and the Bible speaks of many things that will happen. And you know, so it's the things in the Bible are prophecies, and prophecies has to come to pass, right? Anyways, nevertheless, you know, I've heard also there's people in the comments saying they would never watch it or they won't watch it. Listen, whatever you feel led to do, you do that. This is my story, okay? As I am here, I will enjoy the games. I believe that this is not just God giving me a vacation. I believe that this is bigger than that. There's things that he's been speaking to me in particularly about, and one thing, you know, he has mentioned to me is that the Olympics have always been like a special thing for me, and it's actually something that I've always wanted to experience. But you know how we are like, we have these things that we would like to do one day, but we're not in a hurry to do them, you know. And I felt like last year was like my preview. Trust me, I've talked about previews before, but I felt like last year was my preview. God was like, I'm gonna give you a little introduction to Paris, and then next year is gonna be like the full-on manifestation. Oh my gosh. The full-on manifestation, okay? God does these previews for his people, and it's like he shows you what is to come, right? So anyways, for me, the Olympics have always been very inspiring, and despite what the enemy meant for evil, God will turn it around for his glory, okay? I was just watching an interview from an athlete that I look up to, and you know, she was talking about how this was her 5th Olympic in a row, and she's so grateful to God because he has blessed her and he has kept her, and she's so grateful and all this. And this is an interview that she's doing, and that's all over the internet, okay, because she's an elite athlete, right? And it almost brought tears to my eyes, because I'm like, okay, look at these elite athletes who's done so well, who the world recognize, and there she is giving glory, giving honor and praise to the Father. She knows that she couldn't do it without him. She knows that if it wasn't for the grace and mercies of Jesus Christ, she wouldn't be where she is. Don't be fooled, friends. There is people who are proclaiming that the reason why they're where they're at as athletes, the talent that they have, the gift that they have, is from the Lord. So anytime the enemy, anything that enemy means for evil, God will turn the same thing. God will turn it around for his glory and for his good. I know she's not the only one. There's many times that you've seen it, you've heard it, where athletes give God glory for where they're at and what he's done in their life. A lot of athletes know that they would never get to where they are if it wasn't for his grace, if it wasn't for his hands. And I love the fact that she said he kept her. The saving God is the same as the keeping God. He kept her. Do you know what you know what it means to be kept? I've given several messages about God keeping his people, God preserving his people, God keeping your knees, your limbs, your lungs, your body parts. He keeps them in the order that it needs to be so you can be able to do the thing that you're doing. Anyways, that's my quick little story. While I'm here, I will be enjoying myself. You know, I will allow God to do whatever it is that he wants me to do. Like I said, I feel like this is bigger than a vacation. Yeah, definitely God is doing a work. God is doing a work, and he wants more people who carry his presence to be present, to be present. You know what I mean? I believe that I might make a part 2 to this, because as I'm speaking, God has been highlighting something to me. So yeah. But yeah, so this is my little story. It so happened that my birthday is around the same time as the games, which is totally fine for me. What's really cool about this trip is because I've been here before, I feel like I can just relax. I can relax a little bit more. I feel like being here last year, I got all the touring out of the way. I haven't seen everything, but I saw a lot of things last year. I did the boat ride, I did the thing and all the things, okay? And when I tell you, I am not doing any of that here this year, like none. Like I will not be stepping into any museums, like at all. I am just chill, like I'm here for the games clearly, and I'm just allowing God to just move and speak. Let me tell you, today I kept taking out my phone, and I just kept getting these prophetic messages. So many prophetic messages just kept coming and coming and coming, and I kept writing them down. And I know I'm gonna have to record them at some point, but they just kept flowing and flowing and flowing. Ever since I've been here, the messages have been flowing and flowing. So, like I said, this is not just a vacation. God's glory will shine in all sorts of ways, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see God do His thing. Yeah, so all good things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome back to the people who have just been here for a while, okay? And the people who are new, welcome. All the things. So glad you are here, and yeah, we'll be talking to you soon. Take care.